The season hasn't even come to its conclusion, and yet Rangers have started their summer preparations already. With a summer deal close to completion, the 2026 summer transfer window could be a big one. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Rangers are moving fast behind the scenes, and this is one deal that's now right on the edge of being completed. Matondo is on the brink of leaving Ibrox, with Norwegian side SK Bran closing in on a deal, and this could be wrapped up very soon. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Despite having just 3 months left on his contract, Rangers are still managing to structure this exit smartly. The move is expected to be a free transfer, but it will include performance-related bonuses and a significant sell-on clause. So even though he's leaving for nothing up front, Rangers could still cash in down the line. Right now, Matondo is away on international duty with Wales national team, which has slightly delayed things, and he's still yet to complete his medical. But make no mistake, Bran are pushing to get this done before Norway's transfer deadline on Tuesday. If it goes through, he'll sign a short-term deal running until November, the end of the Norwegian season, giving him a fresh reset in a league that's already underway. And honestly, this move has been coming. When Matondo arrived from Schalke for £2.5 million under Giovanni van Bronckhorst, there was real excitement around his pace and potential. But injuries completely disrupted his time in Glasgow, and even when fit, he just couldn't nail down a consistent role. Under Danny Röhl, he's been pushed further out of the picture. Just 26 starts since 2022, 8 goals. It never quite clicked. That said, there were flashes. Fans will remember that huge goal against PSV Eindhoven in Champions League qualifying, and that dramatic Old Firm equaliser against Celtic in a 3-3 thriller. Moments that showed what he could be, but just not often enough. After a loan spell with Hanover last year, this now looks like the full stop on his Rangers career. And for Bran, they need something to change. They've lost their opening 2 league games, and they're hoping Matondo's pace and directness can inject some life into their season. So this is one to watch very closely over the next 48 hours. Because Rangers are on the brink of getting this deal over the line, and quietly, it could be a very clever piece of business. In other news, there are moments in a season that quietly shift a team's rhythm, and for Rangers, the injury to Mohamed Diamande feels like one of them. Not because he has been the headline act at Ibrox, but because of the role he has steadily grown into, a reliable, increasingly important presence in the heart of midfield, whose absence is now being felt at a crucial stage of the campaign. Since arriving from FC Nordjylland in 2024, the 24-year-old has carved out a consistent place for himself in the Rangers engine room. His time in Glasgow hasn't been defined by explosive numbers or standout headlines, but rather by gradual development. There have been flashes, moments where his technical ability, composure on the ball, and physicality suggest there is far more to come. Those glimpses have been enough to convince both supporters and staff that Diamande is a player capable of elevating his game to another level. Under Danny Röhl, that belief has not wavered. The German coach has continued to place trust in the Ivorian, integrating him into his system and relying on his balance in midfield. Whether tasked with breaking up play, linking transitions, or simply maintaining structure, Diamande has become a useful cog in his side pushing for consistency during the run-in. However, just as momentum was building, it came to an abrupt halt in the most unforgiving of fixtures. The Old Firm clash against Celtic in the Scottish Cup proved to be a turning point, not just in the match itself, but in Diamande's season. Forced off with a shoulder injury, what initially looked like a painful but manageable setback quickly turned into a spell on the sidelines that has stretched into weeks. Since early March, Diamande has been absent from matchday involvement, leaving Röhl to reshuffle his midfield options. In that time, Rangers have managed to grind out results, securing back-to-back victories, and maintaining forward momentum ahead of key fixtures against Dundee United and Falkirk. Yet, while those wins underline the squad's resilience, they also highlight the importance of depth and the value of having players like Diamande available during decisive moments. Ideally, Rangers would want him back immediately. At this stage of the season, when margins are fine and fixtures come thick and fast, having a fully fit squad can make all the difference. But the reality is less accommodating. Diamande's recovery has required patience, and while there's been no rush to force him back prematurely, his absence remains a frustration for his side looking to maintain rhythm. Off the pitch, there is at least a layer of stability surrounding his situation. Diamande remains under contract at Ibrox until the summer of 2028, having committed his long-term future to the club upon arrival. That deal reflects the belief Rangers have in his potential, a belief that extends beyond immediate performances and into what he could become over the coming years. Financially, his reported weekly wage of £11,000, around £570,000 annually, places him below teammates such as Thelo Asgard and Connor Barron. While that figure is still significant, it also underlines that Diamande is part of a broader project at Rangers rather than one of its marquee earners. Nonetheless, it reinforces the importance of having him available. A player earning that level of investment is expected to contribute on the pitch, not watch from the sidelines. Encouragingly, early scans following the dramatic penalty shootout defeat to Celtic offered a more positive outlook than initially feared. There were genuine concerns that the shoulder injury could rule him out for the remainder of the campaign, a scenario that would have been a major blow both for the player and for Royals' plans. Instead, optimism has slowly grown around his recovery timeline. The international break now looms as a potentially decisive period in his rehabilitation. It offers a window for Diamande to complete the final stages of his recovery without the immediate pressure of club fixtures. If progress continues as expected, there is a realistic chance he could return in time for upcoming matches against Dundee United or Falkirk, fixtures that could benefit significantly from his presence in midfield. Even if that proves slightly optimistic, there remains a fallback. The post-split fixtures would provide another opportunity for Diamande to reintegrate into the squad and make an impact before the season concludes. While not ideal, it ensures that his campaign may not be over just yet. For Rangers, the situation is one of cautious optimism. They have managed without him, but they are undoubtedly stronger with him. For Diamande himself, this period represents both a setback and a reminder of his growing importance. His next appearance won't just be about returning from injury. It will be about reasserting his place in a team that quietly but steadily has come to rely on him. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.